Simply put, we're at a different place when it comes to sports nutrition in the 21st century. I've been in this area for a long time, and it used to be that the fundamental pillars of sports nutrition were having enough carbohydrates to take part in the activity, and then protein. It was all about protein. And I know there's people now who are still, banging that drum, protein. And for good reason, it's important. But we're at a completely different stage, and that's actually in two ways. First of all, there's so much more access to information. So now the average person, what we call the recreational athlete, which is like myself, someone who's keeping fit, taking part, really staying fit to be in better health. Well, they're well aware of what elite and professional athletes are doing. And it's absolute common sense that you would say, okay, well, if that's what they do at the very top level, then maybe that's what I should do, because everything is relative. So the stress that we put our bodies under just to stay fit and healthy is relatively very similar to the stress that an elite athlete is putting themselves under to be the very top of what they do. And so it makes sense. You would always look to do the best. And so now sports nutrition, and this is whether or not you're a gold medalist Olympian, a professional rugby player, soccer player, is exactly the same as that person who's going to the gym, who's taking part in a Pilates, a Zumba class, the keen runner, triathlete, surfer. It's exactly the same. And one of the best parts is that you can access the exact same quality, and you can access the exact same formulations. And so now it's not just about protein. What we're looking at when we consider our protein needs is how much we need across a day, total amounts, but also recognizing that if we're going to consume proteins, what we want with that is something that's far more food-like. So we want it, especially in recovery, we want it to be far more, contained in nutrients, vitamins and minerals. And then we're looking at our increased need of those elements. If we look at the gut, for instance, and I'm going to start, something like Zinobiotic, which is going to deliver those, prebiotic fibers to nurture the gut so that the gut can better absorb nutrients. And believe me, exercise, sport and training takes its toll on the gut, and 80% of our immune system functions from within the gut. And then we move on. This, to me, is the ultimate sports performance nutrient, omega-3, DHA and EPA. It's the resolution. Exercise causes muscle damage, causes neurological damage. The adaptation, which is where we improve, is all about the resolution, bringing those inflammatory markers back down and enabling the muscle to recover and be stronger. If you want increased anabolic response, if you want decreased muscle soreness, if you want increased oxygen kinetics, that isn't protein, it's omega-3. That comes from this, managing those pathways. This, to me, is really the ultimate sports performance bit of nutrition. And then we go into our broader nutrition needs. One of the key things I will say, and it's whether or not it's a child's multivitamin, for multivitamins for adults, when we're looking at topping up on something like vitamin C or D, the key thing is to ensure that if we're participating in sport from the top level all the way through to keeping fit, it should be backed by informed sport. We should have that certification to know there's no cross-contamination, there's no risk of something being in there that's going to give you a positive on a drugs test, there's no risk to you in your personal health, well-being and safety, that everything is verified, individually, independently, objectively, batch tested, safe, effective, 21st century sports nutrition.